You let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Right, 1 second. Okay. Okay. Let me know when you're ready. Because I have it on starting soon. Um,
Actually, I think I'm ready.
okay. That's it. I start when you um hold on, let me just make sure. Actually, I'm just gonna see one more thing here.
Mhm.
Um, okay, I don't think. Oh wait, no, I'm just gonna put this right here. Okay, yeah, there's one more thing I'm gonna. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. All right. Oh, no, that's right. I had to make sure I have this on game capture on display. All right. Well, this I do apologize for the sudden delay, not the sudden delay, the delay in this happening. Was originally Monday, but you know what? Better late than never here with the loveliest. God dang, I can't even make it dramatic. Oh my gosh! It's Miss Kai! No one ever calls you that, I bet.
Okay, Kai or
No,
Kaisirii?
no, they go
Oh
Kai.
yeah, no.
You go DreamCon, go. Oh my God, that's Kai. No,
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 it's
don't stretch
I've
out
been
that eye.
called. I mainly just get Kai because that's really my name.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's
That's
that's a
my name.
great name. That's a great name. There's
Thank
nothing wrong with
you.
that. Yeah. Don't ever be ashamed of that name. That name deserves to be trademarked so you can get all of the royalties whenever somebody else uses Kai in their name. Don't do that though. That's but
I'm
I
not
mean
gonna do that.
if you ever
I
uh,
love my name. Shout out to my parents, bro.
that okay, that's so sweet. So the origin just to get right into it, the origins of all of this is basically your parents kind of going like, you know what, Kai, we like your name. You should be a Twitch streamer.
You know
Whatever you
what?
do with
We
it,
can
you
say that.
figure it out.
We can say that. We can
um,
definitely say that.
yeah. So anyone is tuning in, and I do apologize. I meant to have this on Monday, but does Monday turn out to not be the day to do anything? Between my I don't know if I want to say chronic illness. I don't know where to define it, but it's definitely not COVID. It's just every somewhat of a season I get bad sniffles and headaches. Just part of how I was born with the back of my brain. It's a whole thing that we don't need to get into. But thankfully, just a day of rest. And Monday was just horrible as far as work day because by the end of it, I was ready to go to bed. I wasn't even ready to stay up. But so I'm glad to be here with this lovely human being to go ahead and share your story because you've been out here doing your thing as a cosplayer, as a streamer, going to conventions. You were just at DreamCon. I'm sure you had the time of your life. Hopefully, maybe.
I definitely did. So this past DreamCon, it was actually my second DreamCon. Last year was my first DreamCon. It was the first convention I had ever been to, actually, like as far as anime gaming cosplaying wise, first convention pretty much. But I definitely had a blast, and um really attending DreamCon the second time really solidified, like, let me start going to some of these other conventions. So I do actually plan on going to Dragon Con that's happening in the
Mm.
next 2 weeks, Anime Week in Atlanta in December, MomoCon in May, DreamCon again, and then BlurredCon. I'm looking at BlurredCon, but we just kind of have to see how things line up. So
So that's the thing about DreamCon next year, because I'm sure you probably know, but DreamCon and MomoCon are competing, kind of. They're in like almost the same weekend. So how do you plan on doing that?
um location comes in handy. That's for sure. Location comes in handy. So it's not really going to be a problem. DreamCon, it's on the list no matter what. But I have been wanting to attend MomoCon for the past like 2 years, and every single time I've tried to attend, I've always had something kind of going on in May. But I don't have anything going on this time, so I'm definitely going to be attending. Once again, location is a really big thing. So I think those who are located in Houston and Atlanta, they got really lucky this year. They got really lucky this year.
Okay, okay. That's great to know. What is it about DreamCon that kind of gets you so hyped? Like this is the best convention you've ever been to.
It I would say it has to do with the culture, honestly. Um to be surrounded by other creators, other gamers, other cosplayers who look just like me, it's very, very important to see myself in spaces like this. So I'm really happy that I chose DreamCon to be like my first convention because it really set the stage for the type of space that I wanted to be in. Um it's the same way how I went to college. I grew up K through 12 going to predominantly um white Hispanic school, and I just knew, going into college I needed to be surrounded by others who look just like me and that were also into the same things as me. So I decided to go to an HBCU, the same HBCU my parents went to. Shout out to FAMU, Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. I just graduated in May, but back to the conventions. It's really just about the culture. I think it's going to be kind of hard for other conventions to really top it for me just because I don't think I'll really get that type of culture anywhere else. That type of culture, that type of support, like it's incredible really.
Okay, I love that. Now, do you have you like prior to DreamCon? Have you been in any? You mentioned this was your first convention. Like, have you tried like going to different other events out there, or maybe even? I mean, I know that's what you're thinking about now, but did you go to like other cosplay or costume related events? And
I I have not yet. I'm
okay,
not gonna lie. I have not.
not even an
Compared-
adult Halloween.
Not even an adult
Oh
Halloween,
my
no.
goodness!
I okay, so
I'm acting like I go there. I
technically
don't. So
technically my first cosplay like was for Halloween back in fall of 22, but I don't really consider it to be a cosplay because it was Halloween, so everybody's dressed up, even people that don't really cosplay, everybody's dressed up. So I wasn't really considering it to be a cosplay like that, but I went as Nico Robin in her purple two-piece and the cowgirl hat, the cardigan on. It was really, really cool. So I call that one like it's technically like my unofficial official first ever cosplay. But when I cosplayed at DreamCon last year, that really solidified me like, oh, I definitely want to do this more often.
okay, okay. Well, you're from Frezzy123. Hi.
Yes.
Um, but okay. So, what is it about? Well, so you have a list of credentials before getting into you. You're a graphic designer, brand designer, and a cosplayer, but also on Twitch you stream, video game enthusiast, all this stuff, which is awesome. Um, but out of all these credentials, what came first?
Gaming. I gaming came first. That's for sure. So my gaming, I guess, journey started. It started with okay. I like to give a lot of credit to the VTech, the V Smile. For those of you who might be closer to my age or even a little bit older, V Smile. It was orange and blue. And for those of you that are a little bit younger and don't know anything about the V Smile, it was basically like a leapfrog type of thing. But I had one of those and I started playing these little games um with a joystick, and that was really cool, and I realized, I enjoy doing this as I was really young. I was probably under 5 years old. And then my mom, either my mom or my dad, I can't really remember, but one of them got me a red Game Boy, and I started playing Spyro and um, Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. And I pretty much fell in love with it. I had a whole bunch of other games, but those are like the two predominant ones that I can remember. I went from that to having the first DS. It was blue. It was like a baby blue. And then I switched over to a DSi. I had a PS Vita. I had a Wii. I've had the Xbox 360. I had the P4, and now I have a P5. Oh, and I have a Switch Lite and a regular Switch. So,
Do you play all those consoles? Wait, what is everyone?
so the ones that I have
Okay.
currently, the P4, the P5, my Switch Lite, and my regular Switch. I don't really play my P4 like that anymore because I have the P5. It's not broken, I just don't play it.
Mm.
Um, my Switch Lite, I haven't played it since I got my in-home Switch, but I would turn it on every now and then. I got it
Oh,
peak of
okay.
COVID. I got it for Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Don't have that much time to play Animal Crossing the way I would like to. Animal Crossing, it kind of takes a lot. But I definitely do play my Switch and my PlayStation as often as I can.
Okay. 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 Have you decided to join the PC master race? Sell those
I have.
consoles just to get a PC gaming because once you go into PC game, you can't look back. That P4
Yeah.
P5, you're gonna throw that in the trash, burn on fire, blow it up, deal with
I've definitely
it.
considered it. I've definitely considered it. I do want to be a part of the PC gang. Eventually, I'm hoping to make that one of my end of the year goals. Because I feel like with a PC, you really have to commit to it. So I just want to make sure I really commit to it and I get the PC that I want. I get the PC that, works best for me, what I want to do with it. Because another thing I've been talking about with my fellow PC gamers, PC players, is I'm not strictly just playing games on my PC. My PC, I'm going to be using it for all the brand design that I do, the graphics that I do, the animation that I do, because I also do animation as well. So I want to make sure that whatever PC I have, it's able to run all these different programs that I'm going to be using while still being able to render the games to the quality that I want them to render at.
Okay. Okay. No, I totally get that. I'll say when those RTX NVIDIA PCs like the one I have, that's where you're like, yeah, I don't console what PS5 PS what now? You can get all those games on PC on top. That see fresh, you feel it, you got
Fresh nose, child to fresh.
it. What is it about gaming that interests you so much? Like why that's something that you've just grown up on with to this day?
Um, I know growing up it was kind of I think my dad kind of introduced it to me really, the whole gaming aspect. So really continuing to play games in a way it helps me stay connected, like still to my dad. Um, and that's something like I really, really appreciate. But also it's like an outlet. So I'm sure a lot of other people feel the exact same way, but gaming really is like an outlet. No matter how many times, some of us may crash out over Brawlhalla, and I'm speaking to like a specific audience right now. No matter how many times some of us like crash out over some of these games, gaming really is an outlet to just kind of like get away from everything else. And also me personally, I'm really into the way games look. So I'm also really into animation. So a big part of me when it comes to gaming, I the game has to like really appeal to me visually. So it's being an outlet, it appeals to me visually, and just pretty much knowing like, once I pick up a game, if I can get kind of good at it, I'm like, okay, well, I'm kind of good at it. Let me keep playing until, I'm a little bit better. So that's pretty much the groove I've been in for the past about year. Um, Especially when I've started streaming because I started streaming Brawlhalla. I was not good at Brawlhalla. A specific audience, my silly soldiers, will definitely say that I'm probably still not good at Brawlhalla, but I've
Mm-hmm.
gotten a lot better. So there's that.
Okay.
Just pretty much seeing like my just pretty much seeing the way I've improved when I game over time. It's something I'm very, very proud of.
That's awesome. Do you what type of gamer do you consider yourself?
I know there's so many different like genres, right? Like there's the horror, there's cozy, there's
Yeah.
um shooters.
Well, you mentioned getting good at Brawlhalla. Do you consider yourself like a competitive or esports type game? Oh, never mind. Okay, all right. Well, all right. Never mind. You know what? You know what? Next question. Let me just throw this cup away in the trash because that definitely did not come out the way I thought it would.
Okay, Okay,
All right.
let me. So I wouldn't mind. Let me just say that I wouldn't mind ever getting to that point. I just think I have to actually get to that point in order to do that. I just don't think I'm there yet, to be honest. Like, especially when it comes to Brawl. The Brawl community is absolutely insane. Um, that's the community I built. That's the space that I built my community off of. So all my players, all my chat viewers, they're all incredibly amazing. They're the ones who keep helping me get better. But when I say like the Brawl community is absolutely like insanely good, I just don't think I'm there yet to compete on that type of scale, to be honest.
Well, Fresh is calling cap on that. Uh, Kai is good at Brawlhalla. Don't let her lie to you. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Well, I mean, you could. There are all these turn. I mean, I'm acting like I keep up with the competitive. I mean, these conventions that you go to, some of them have gaming tournaments. Actually, DreamHack does have Brawlhalla tournaments.
I
So
am I am considering going to DreamHack. I was just looking at their schedule like on Monday night, I think.
okay.
Monday night.
Kai was in the tourney. She's good at Brawlhalla. Okay.
Okay.
So,
So Fresh, he hosted a Brawlhalla 2v2 tournament, kind of before DreamCon, maybe 2 weeks before DreamCon. And I entered with one of my other Silly Soldiers mods, mutuals, one of my friends, AJ. And it was a double elimination, I think. I can't really remember. But yeah, we got out immediately, went to the losers bracket, lost. It was fun, but the that's when I say like the Brawlhalla community, literally everybody in the Brawl community is really, really good at the game. Like I'm still on the beginner side of things, honestly. I don't even know combos. I have trouble remembering where the dodge button is. That's what I say all the time, pretty much.
okay. Well, I guess I'll take your word for it, or the maybe for um. Well, do you think the reason you'd say like I'm not as good or I'm not that good, whether it be confidence or however you want to define it, because does gaming kind of blend into cosplay and graphic design, or were those your own separate journeys?
um, that's a great question. I feel like they might be their own separate journeys, but in a way they do kind of blend together because it all allows me to remain creative. And that's one of the things that I kind of that's one of the things I consider myself a creative at the end of the day. But I'll take you along my graphics journey. I won't make it like super duper like long-winded, but
Girl,
when
this
I
is your
got
spotlight. You can be as long as you want to. Don't give me that. This is about you.
when I when I got to when I got to FAMU in 2018, I started as a biological systems engineering student, and I had a full ride. And going going throughout from freshman year to junior year, to be quite frank with you, I just could not see myself in that space. I couldn't see, me graduating with my degree in biological systems engineering. We're gonna call it base for short because that's what we call it. Um, I couldn't really see myself being in the field doing this for, what they say, the rest of your life. Um, I felt as though, going to some of my classes, I just didn't really have the creative. I was lacking in the creative aspect of everything. Um, I wasn't my happiest in my major. Um, so when COVID happened, Also, I realized that I wanted to be out of my major like December of my first semester at FAM. I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go. My parents were like, no, you're on a full ride. You need to stay. So, you know how that is. But when COVID happened, it really was something that I had to have a hard conversation with my parents and really just let them know, like, hey, I'm ready to do something else. I don't want to keep doing this. It's time to move on. I need something that's going to stimulate me creatively. And it took me a while to figure out exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew in my head that I wanted to eventually do something with animation. So I tried to find the best route to take in at my school that was being a graphic designer. So I joined the graphic designer program in, I would say, fall 21, fall 21, spring 21. And from there I've just been flourishing. I have nothing bad to say about the graphics program at FAM. Shout out to them because I've been flourishing like crazy since joining. Did I have to, in a way, start completely over just as far as my academics went? I did. Um, but it was 100% worth it because I got my degree. It just came in the mail like on Sunday, so it's downstairs in my diploma holder. Like, love that. But I wouldn't have done anything differently. So that's my graphic journey, and then cosplaying comes more so from my anime side, like
Mm.
watching anime, enjoying anime. I don't watch it as much as I used to. More of a time thing, but I didn't even grow up for watching anime like that. I started watching in 2011, 2012. I started with Sword Art Online, which is my absolute favorite. Um, and from there, it's history. Honestly, from since Sword Art, it's really just been history. The last one I watched, I would have to say though, was ooh, probably Solo Leveling. I think that was the last one. So that one and a silent. I'm thinking of a different anime movie. It's the name is like leaving me right now, but it's the show with the deaf girl and like the tall guy with the white hair. So it's a, I don't know if you know that one, but it's a slice of life. It's
I do
really really
not.
cute. So you know, that's
No.
fine. It's a really super duper cute one.
Probably.
So those were the last two that I just like pretty much watched, but I get my cosplaying from that more so.
Mm.
Um and I'm definitely trying to do more going forward. I was just in a call last night talking about how I want to do, you know, one cosplay a month going forward. So, and then I already spoke about my gaming journey, cosplay journey with the anime, and my graphic side of things. They all kind of fuse together, but they do sort of have their own different journeys.
Okay. And how do you use your history with all these when it comes to Twitch as a streamer?
How do I use my history with all of
Like,
these?
as we mentioned, your credentials, being a graphic designer, being a cosplayer, being a gamer. Um, do all of these things come into play when you turn on the stream button on OBS or whatever program and start streaming on Twitch?
Yes, 100% yes. Um, right now, I don't have none of my overlays on Twitch are mine. I got them off of Etsy, but the emotes that I made my emotes in my Twitch channel, and I used to have a drawing of myself as my profile picture when I first started Twitch. I had created that. I also do hand drawn art, traditional and digital, but I created that, and I've done cosplaying on stream. I plan to do more for sure, but I recently did my Sailor Jupiter cosplay on stream for my first like 24-hour, 24 plus 4, that's what I'm gonna call it, because I ended up streaming for another 4 hours after I hit 24. But I did Sailor Jupiter for my 24-hour stream, and that was really cool. And I definitely want to do more because I think my chat loved it. I loved it. It was fun, and I got a lot of great pictures. Um, and then a lot of my when I talk about like my Twitch channel, so my media kit and my schedule that I just made, I made both of them, and I've compiled it the way I want, and I to like to be as creative as possible on them. So I bring that, but then it's also my Twitch and my gaming stuff. And on my schedule, I even have my Sailor Jupiter cosplay pictures on that. And it's not like it's something I have to like completely redo every week now. I just have to go and input new times that I'm slowly but surely working on
Okay.
actually arriving too early for, guys.
No, that's fine. I mean, like for those who are new to your Twitch, because I bring all these stuff up because I mean that's what you also put when people look you up. Um, when you become a content creator on Twitch, what does your Twitch channel entail for those who want to tune in who have never heard of you before or are interested in some of the similar things that you uh, put on your resume.
I would say that if you go to my Twitch channel, you're going to get a bunch of silly vibes. So,
Okay.
um, that's the main thing I say. I like to call my community the silly soldiers, and I think I'm the silly sergeant. My community, not all of them, but they're some of the ones who have been around for a long time are like, stop calling me a silly soldier. And it's really, really funny because I'm not going to stop. But I believe they come for the silly vibes. I think they come for commentary because one of the first streams I did, I was commentating Brawlhalla with somebody I consider my duo, one of my best friends, Jerry. Shout out to him because he also was the one that got me to start streaming in the first place. Um, but I believe they come for the comedic relief instead. I believe I have on my in my bio right now, better at comedic relief than the games that I play. So is it true? I don't know. That's up for somebody else's like decision really, because I am funny, but I am also good at games. Even though I say like, oh, I'm not really that good. Like I'm good at some games. I am.
Okay. Like what?
Um, like what cute. Oh,
the, the way that
you're
just
putting me
made me
on the spot.
giggle.
I think you're putting me on the spot.
I
I feel
just
like the
said
viewers are
like
this.
what? I just said like what, and you just started giggling. That was so cute. But anyway.
It's because I know some of my viewers are watching and they're about to be like cat.
No,
But
they're saying the
I think
opposite because you were like you're not
really
that good at Brawlhalla, and Fresh is like correcting you, saying no, you're amazing.
okay, okay. But I'm pretty good at Fortnite. I've been playing Fortnite since
Okay.
2018. I hit an insane clip yesterday. Unfortunately, he didn't go down from it, but the clip was literally insane. I put it on my Twitter. I don't think anybody saw it, but I put it on there and I was like, I can't even believe I hit this. I've gotten better at Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I stopped playing the Call of Duty series after Black Ops 4. Personally, I had it. I just wasn't a fan. Because I was a really big fan of Black Ops campaign and they didn't have one. So I just kind of stopped playing. But Fortnite, Modern Warfare, I think I'm pretty good at it. Brawl, I'm not bad at Brawl. Like I'm not the worst player in the world at Brawl. I play with some people who are like really, really good. And then people that get a kill, one kill off of them. I
Is
think
that
I
true,
think that's
Fresh?
really good.
Is that true? Yeah, you can autocorrect here, proofread, fact check.
I've gotten better at Rocket League. That's another game that I play. I've
Okay.
gotten better at Rocket League. And then I recently started playing some. um how would I call them? I guess just single player story mode games. Like I don't know if I don't know if I need to call Superliminal like one of those games, but I recently played that game and it was really cool. I did the whole thing on stream. I think it was like 3 hours. Then I recently started playing Maquette. It's the cutest game I've ever played in my life.
Okay.
It's definitely a paradox type of game though. But back to the original topic. I'm pretty good at Fortnite, Modern Warfare, and I guess Brawl. Those are
You
my top
guess,
ones
bro.
that
Okay,
I guess.
well, Kai is very good at Brawlhalla. She makes me play for real when I go against her.
Who's that?
Friends? Who is?
I
Fred?
think actually there might have been one game where like I think I might have like locked in. There might have been like one game where I was like tired of losing back to back and we still lost, but I think we made them work for it a little more.
Okay, Kai's gaming setup is insane. Your gaming setup.
It's all right.
What? So what would you describe your gaming setup?
Um so I base my gaming setup around my favorite color, which is I'll show you. It's this baby blue color. You can
Okay,
kind of see.
I do.
My desk is baby blue. My chair is baby blue. My headset is baby blue. I wanted my setup to be blue, white, with some pink in there. There's
Right.
more pink in there than I thought there would be. But it's I have my desk, I have my chair, I have my monitor, got the PlayStation. I have my PlayStation wrapped right now. It's pink with these
Aw.
little Sanrio stickers on them.
Aw.
I have a Kirby mat on the front. I've got some Sanrio little figures kind of around. I've got stuffed animals. I keep my switches on my desk. My Switch Lite and my regular Switch. I have these two disco room accessory things over there. They're like mushroom disco accessories. They match my disco lamp back there. I have this Animal Crossing Lego set. By the way, I make I build Pokemon Legos. None of them are complete, but I do build them.
Okay.
I have a couple different Sanrio mugs on my desk as well, and then I keep some books. I have some Funko Pops. I have a Score Bunny Funko Pop, a Cinnamon Roll Funko Pop, and a Karomi Funko Pop. And then on my desk, I also keep a couple different books. So I'll just tell y'all the name of my books right now because it's maybe 8 that I keep on my desk. But I have artist letters because I am an artist and a graphic designer. So I like to keep some artist letters on my desk. I have a talk art, which is really just a book that goes into depth about, talking about more art and the different styles of art. I have a book that says, or that's called Be More Japan, that focuses on the artwork and architecture in Japan. I have a book called Happy Place. I have a book that's called The Little Book of Video Games that I got in Seattle back in May. I know I did. I sat down and I just kind of like went through it. Basically, in this book, it talks about the most prominent games from that year. So like I can't really remember, but like we're gonna use the year I was born, 1999. Whatever game was the most prominent year or was the most prominent game during that year, it was in the book. I have another book on here called I'm not even gonna try to butcher it. But it's a Beyonce book that I also got when I was in Seattle in May.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to look into this one at all. But I got it because I'm a huge Beyonce fan too, at the end of the day. Almost
Okay.
done. I have a Japanese art book on here going into more detail about Japanese art. And then I have a The Simple Path to Wealth book over here. That was
Okay.
actually a graduation present.
Okay. So what would you say to people who don't like reading?
When I say to people who don't like reading,
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I'm recommending all these books, and they're like, no, books are for squares.
honestly, honestly, please read a book. Like, to be honest, if you aren't reading a book, I don't know. I guess find what works for you. Read a comic, because at the end of the day, at least you're still reading. Read something. And I don't think people read newspapers like that anymore. And I'm not showing my age there because I don't read newspapers either. But if you don't want to read like a full on novel book, pick up a comic. If you don't want a physical comic, you can download like webtoons on your phone and read on there. I have webtoons on my iPad, and I've been using it for the past 2 years because I've been getting into more comics and whatnot.
Okay. You'll have to send a picture.
I was just
Uh,
in a picture
yeah.
of my
To
setup,
of your oh no of your book collection.
my book
From
collection.
DKA 2792.
That's my mom.
That's your mom?
That's my
Oh,
mother.
oh my God! I'm gonna embarrass the crap out of you in front of your.
If
Hi,
you're wondering what I
mom.
was
Hi.
if you're wondering what I was doing, like when we started stream, I was telling my parents like, "Hey, I'm being interviewed at 8:30." I was telling my best friend, "Hey, I'm being interviewed at 8:30." So I was just kind of letting them know. So yes, that's my mom. Hi,
Mom,
mom.
Dad, I'm being interviewed by a white guy. I don't know what his deal is, but I'll be here for an hour.
Oh my goodness,
No, that's my question.
that's too
Um,
funny.
that's awesome that they go on Twitch though, because that I don't. Well, no, there are plenty of people, different age groups who go on Twitch, but that's awesome that
Yeah.
your parents like support your creative journey like that. That's
Oh yeah, I talk about them a lot whenever I talk to people about my parents. They are my number one supporters. I could I'm not gonna say like just anything, but I don't know. I could say, for
as a
example,
result of as a result of COVID, they're your number one supporters.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that they started using Twitch, or at least know how to utilize Twitch,
Oh,
because they would be on it during COVID, watching like I think DJs used to be on Twitch, so they'd be doing that. But yeah, no, I could. So a fun fact about me is I know how to juggle. So a little joke I used to make a lot was, well, if everything else just went south, like I can always join the circus because I know how to juggle. Um, Thankfully, it hasn't gotten to that point, but I do think if it ever did, I think my parents would still support me because that's who they are. They're very supportive parents, and that's I can't really. It's hard to say exactly because they've done so much and they've always supported me. Like I really can't imagine them not supporting me because they've always supported me. Pretty much everything I wanted to do. I grew up doing sports too. I did soccer for 15, 16 years. I did cross country for 5. I did cheerleading for 2, and they supported me every step of the way. I tried doing dance when I was younger and tennis. Um, didn't want to do dance anymore. I had a bad falling out with tennis after a very, very hot day in Florida in the middle of the summer.
um, yeah, don't do
So,
that. Were there
but
alligators and
for the
hippies?
no,
No, no hippies, no
I
alligators, no
what's
Wendy's.
really funny what's really funny is I went to school in Florida for from 2018 until May of this year, and I don't think I ever remember seeing a single alligator. Like, to be honest, I've seen them online, but in person I don't think I've seen one.
Oh wow, myth busting. Alligators don't exist in Florida. You heard it right.
Then again I don't go out that much, or at least I didn't go out that much.
Okay.
So
Oh, all right. Never even went to Disney World or Universal or any of that. Oh my
mm-mm.
goodness.
I've been to Disney World when I was younger, but I can't even remember it. So
Mm. You gave Mickey Mouse that look like, what you want, punk? I don't want to deal with you.
when I was younger, yeah. I do
Oh, I
plan on
can.
going
Okay.
back though eventually.
Okay.
I definitely want to make a trip. I know my best friend, she goes just about every year. So I'm hoping next time she goes, maybe I can go with her. But we'll just have to see.
Okay. Now because to circle back on something, because this kind of goes into how you work as a content creator, or how you want to operate as a content creator. You mentioned earlier that you posted a video you didn't believe got much traction. How do you market or promote yourself on social media?
Right now, I would say that a lot of my marketing and promoting of myself is done more so on Twitter and, well, Twitter X and
No, we call it
TikTok.
Twitter. You screw
Twitter,
Elon
okay,
Musk. Well,
cool. Yeah, I'm not. I don't. I don't. I don't ever say like X in literal conversation. I say Twitter. So Twitter and TikTok mainly. On TikTok, I was testing out something leading up to DreamCon where I was posting 3 times a day. It was very tiring, but I had like pre-made a bunch of content, and I pre-made a bunch of content as much as I could. So throughout the days leading up to DreamCon, I could just post 3 times a day. And I was just talking about this last night with another one of my content groups. But even now, I'm still getting a lot of traffic and engagement and visibility on those videos. And I really haven't, to be honest with you, I really haven't posted anything like since before DreamCon.
okay.
I posted like my first video since then yesterday. It was a little clip. Um, it was a little clip of me talking about how I only got like 3 seconds of content at DreamCon, and it was when I was at the airport the first day. I didn't get anything else because I was just really busy. But I market on Twitter as well, and I try to interact with as many people as possible in the community. I feel like, by interacting with them, by supporting them, you know, they may not do it immediately, but I feel as though, when you're showing true support and it's reoccurring support, it's reoccurring, like, I'm so proud of you, it's reoccurring repost, it's reoccurring, I'm tuning into your live, it's reoccurring, just commenting. I do think that, people eventually end up doing the same thing. So I did notice, before DreamCon and after DreamCon, pretty much, I guess, between posting my cosplay pictures and saying that I'm going to go live on Instagram, saying that I'm going to go live on Twitch, posting my schedule, I've had a lot more interaction post post DreamCon than before. And leading up to, I was interacting with literally so many people in the community, really trying to integrate myself into this community because it's the community that I want to be a part of. And I would also like to make some friends in this community, and I've made a bunch of friends along the way. Like, everybody is so nice, everybody's so cool, and everybody's so helpful. Like, everybody is really, really helpful. If I have a question, I pretty much just ask anybody and they're willing to answer or to help me out. But by marketing, I try to be myself, really. I don't really look into times per se.
Hmm.
Um on TikTok, that was something I was doing because I'm still figuring out the algorithm on
Yeah.
TikTok, like, to this day. It's very weird. But on Twitter, I kind of have a grasp of, like, when a lot of people are like on Twitter. Maybe I can post at this time, let me post at this time, but I don't really pay attention to time like that. I really just, when I'm ready to post something, I post about it, and then I also share it. So I'll share my stuff throughout my different Discord groups. So my personal Discord, and then my one of my other community brands, Four Way, that I'm a part of. I'll share with them. They're also really cool. You have to tune into Four Way on Twitter and Instagram. They're super duper cool, super awesome. Love them. Um, I share it among them, and then, I might put it on TikTok like, hey, I'm going live here. The only platform I really haven't branched out onto like that is Instagram. I did start a gaming page on Instagram, well, gaming, cosplay, anime, whatever page on Instagram, but as of right now, I've been posting cosplays like on my main page per se, but it's I don't really promote my Twitch like that on Instagram. I've spoken about it or I've maybe done like a story or two, but I've never like actually just sat and posted about my Twitch on Instagram. So it's really just Twitter and TikTok.
Okay. Um, do you because kind of going the brand design thing, because other content creators sometimes they'll make their own stuff, or sometimes uh, uh, they'll kind of pay for commission. Do you get other creatives asking you for your brand design or your art and go like, I would like some emotes or help me make this logo, or I'm just spitballing things, but using those other
Yeah.
talents. Okay.
Yeah. I that is something I do and it's something I would like to do more of. Um but I think for this community, it's not something I promote often
Right.
because I know in a lot of chats, like when you, especially when you're first starting out streaming, you kind of get those bots that are like, "Hey, I'm an artist.
Well,
Let me
yeah,
do
not
some
like
artwork for
that.
you."
Not yeah, not like
So
okay. So let like for
I don't promote it. I don't promote
let
it
me
as much.
clarify. Not like that. Like I mean, there are ways of going about it without doing the self promo or the spam bot stuff. Because I know
Mhm.
I've gone that at certain times where there'd be a spam bot that says, uh, "Click here or do this to increase your follower bot." Like of course, definitely not that, but in the sense of exercising one of your skills to provide something for some other creators in return. I don't know, maybe it's like $25 per email. I'm just throwing things out. Um,
I mean, I do. I do still do that.
okay,
I work with, um, I work with two content groups right now, who I pretty much help out with things like that, whether it's artwork, podcast covers, logos, any type of like flyer. So I work with them, but I also have my own business, sort of kind of like off to the side where I'll probably charge a little bit more for some things like this. With my content groups, it's a little bit different because I technically am like a part of them. So, it's not, I'm not overdoing it, but I
right,
do help them out. I've shown off the emotes that I've made and I've had a bunch of people, asking me like if I could ever make some for them, but nothing has ever really been like finalized.
okay,
But what's really funny is in the past week I've had two graphic commissions. I have a jacket commission on the way. Like we've spoken about that one and it's one that I have to do. Um Before DreamCon, I did a logo for one of my content groups. Um and then I have some I think I have some merch for one of my content creator groups like in the making. But oh, and I've gotten asked to do like personalized artwork. I know somebody else asked me like, "Oh, are you a graphic designer? Like, can we talk about, possibly turning some 3D work into 2D stuff like that." So people do hit me up because I still talk about it a lot since it is something I do and I have my degree in it. So it's like I still want to make sure I'm utilizing it because I have my degree in it.
okay. That's awesome. Like you're still because you have a lot of great things going for you, and just be able to find some way to exercise that. Most important thing though is having fun, and how would you avoid burnout?
I with burnout. When I notice I'm like about to start experiencing burnout, I kind of like stop. I like I get more burnout per se um, when I'm working on graphics. So I haven't necessarily experienced burnout like that when it comes to streaming and gaming per se. Maybe I'm just not there yet, but I haven't really experienced burnout with it just yet. But I know with creating graphics, it's a little it's a little bit different because you're literally creating something, even artwork. You're literally creating something and you have to make sure that you're in that creative like headspace to really make something that you know is like just about perfect. Like I tell people, I'm like, I'm not giving you anything that I don't consider to be perfect. I'm not about to have you pay me for something if I don't like it. Like I'm not just gonna throw something together. So I don't necessarily like creating artwork if I'm having a block, and I don't really like creating graphics if I'm having a block. Because I'll notice I'll start and I'm like, I don't even know where I'm going with this. I'm just throwing things together. Like I have no road to like where I'm going for the final image or the final graphic. So I just kind of like stop. And typically what I do is I'll go on Pinterest, I might play the game, might watch new anime, but anything that can kind of like spark some type of like creative spark in my head. Until I get that, I don't make any artwork, I don't do any graphics.
Okay.
But my burnout, it never really lasts more than a couple days.
Mm.
So, because at that at that point, if I let the burnout last for more than a week, it's starting to interfere with with the monies, and I'm not letting that happen.
Okay. Well, all right. So, if somebody were to get into graphic design themselves, what would you say to them?
I would say, ooh, that is a great question. I would say make sure it's something that you do love doing. Um, I love making graphics, and it actually took me a minute to really like realize that I loved it. But I would say I think you have to love to make graphics. And this goes for anything. This goes for any job, any occupation. You really have to love what you do in order to do it to the best of your ability, because if you don't love what you do and you're not doing it to the best of your ability, it's going to show. It's going to show, point blank period. So really just love what you do. I love what I do. I think if you want to start doing graphics, love what you do. Also, don't be afraid to don't be afraid to like other ask them what programs they use, ask them, what resources do you use. I would say Pinterest, to be honest, was one of my biggest resources, just because I was able to see other people's work, and I was able to see other people's work. I was able to get a lot of creative vision from it. But definitely ask people for help. Ask them, how their journey has been. Ask them what they utilize. Ask them, do you read anything? Do you attend any type of like events? Do you submit your graphics? Because I've submitted my graphics. I've won a Florida Print Award this past um this past semester. I didn't even talk about that. I won a Florida Print Award for a mural design that I did for my school.
That's
Um,
awesome.
it's not on the wall. It's something that's maybe in the works, but it's not on the wall. But I did submit it and I won a gold for it. I won a couple different other designs or awards for my designs. So I would just say, once again, you have to love it. You have to love it. And that's really for anything.
That's important. As they say, it's fire, fire, hot, hot.
Is that
They
my mom?
what? What?
Is that my mom saying that? It sounds
Uh,
like something she would say.
What? 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 Why your mama? The chat's doing fine. No, the chat's from the fire emotes. So I mean, yeah, yeah, your
Okay,
mom,
okay.
but I don't know why you gotta single her out. Why does
No,
she burn the kitchen stove or what? Why does she like to? Does she like to set things on fire? What?
it sounds like something she would say.
Okay, all right, all right. Well, just remember what the bear says. Only you, can prevent forest fires.
Yes,
I'm
that
not
is true.
sponsored by the beer. I don't even know. I don't even remember where that came from. I'm gonna. It's some commercial. If you get it, you get
It's
it.
a yeah. If you get it, you get
Yeah. Uh, I'm totally inspired by all. Oh, the bear fought. No, I'm acting like I know what that came from. I don't. I
it. You don't
have.
know where it came from? It's
Uh,
the it's the commercial to prevent people to stop smoking cigarettes.
yeah, I know, but I need the name. There's a lot of those commercials. I'm totally inspired by all this. That's
That's true.
awesome. That's
That's true.
awesome. All right, Smokey the Bear. Okay, Smokey the Bear. Gotcha. Well, then, then maybe the whole Kai family could stream, and that way everybody's. I don't
Exactly.
think you
That'd
want.
be, that'd be cool. I did get my little sister into playing video games, and I got her into anime after she
Oh,
called me
that's
lame for
cute.
watching for like a very long time. But
Okay, that's not cute. That's like.
but I love her. She's 17 right now. She actually turns 18 next week. That is crazy to me. But yeah, so I was able to get her into anime and I got her into playing video games. And I don't know, maybe I might be able to convince her to be on stream with me one day. We can do Fortnite duos together because
uh,
that's kind of the only game she plays
Oh,
continuously.
oh, your mom's like, no, thank you. I'll stick to the rivers. Okay, okay. She not gonna go on Twitch. Oh man, I was looking forward to your mom playing Fortnite. Well, actually, why did I say that? No.
Now that would be funny. That would be funny. Actually, actually, she used to play games with me, like back when I had
Okay.
my Wii. I'm gonna call her out a little bit on this, but she used to play games with me. She used to play Lego Star Wars with me. She helped me beat it actually, and she took all my top scores in Michael Jackson: The Experience. Um, she did not back down. She did not let me have a top score in any of the dances. She took them, but
I
she
was
did
good
used
at
to play games
Halo.
with me.
Oh,
So
that's cute. Well, you know what?
yeah.
There shouldn't be used to. If you are a gamer, you were a gamer for life. So that's
And she was good at Halo. Halo, actually, fun fact, is one of my favorite games. Halo and Kirby and the Forgotten.
okay.
I'm
Love
thinking of a different
that.
game. Kirby and Nightmare and Dreamland and Halo. Those are my favorite games.
Okay. I love that. Free. Um, what what are what are some? Excuse me. Dang, I'm burp, and I'm gonna sponsor this thing in a second, but I just burped from it. Um, what are some things are you looking forward to for this year and so forth? What are your goals?
My goals.
Yeah.
That's I'm so happy you asked me that because I just kind of wrote some of these things down last night. Like literally last night, maybe 1 in the morning.
Okay.
Um, my goals really are to get partnered up with two um two content creator groups, marketing groups. Um I also want to be able to I want to post more on my gaming Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to be able to at least fill up like the whole first page, maybe like scrolling by the end of the year. I want my end of the year goal actually for Twitch followers. I think I made it to be 500 and I'm projected to hit 500. I might hit 500 by the end of this month. I'm not too sure yet, but I'm definitely going to be way past 500 way. But I'm going to be past 500 before the end of the year, that's for sure. So, I mean, hey, I could set out a goal to make it to 700 or 800 by the end of the year. It could happen. Um,
Wait, oh, hold on, hold
but
on, hold on. I got this. I'm so sorry. I got this. Hold on. I got this. I'm so sorry. I got this. Hold on. Frank, stop echoing. God dang it. Okay. This cat commercial, but we were just talking about this. We were just talking about bots coming in to do best viewers stuff, and I swear to God, I just looked over the corner. I just saw best viewers best viewers thing. Okay. Oh, now I
I have
okay.
to
I'm just
join one of
playing.
those in my chat at least like once a stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's one time I got like three like back to back to back, and I was like, "What is going on?"
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anyway, enough of that. Sorry. Sorry. I
You're good.
was
You're good.
I was trying to get rid of that, and then there was this that commercial with the Backstreet Cats doing the dance. If you know, you know. Kai is gonna get what that 1K followers by the end of this year. Oh, I hope that would be awesome.
That
Um,
would be amazing. Honestly, that'd be
yeah.
amazing.
Well, you are amazing, Kai, and I am so
Thank
grateful to
you.
even have this little interview with you. Which interviews are recorded, they are uploaded, kept usually attention kept. The attention is to get the intention. God dang it, the intention is to keep them forever. On VOD, on highlights, and I also keep the audio for future purposes as well. But on twitch.tv/Pawnspress, and Pawnspress being, hey Sheena, how are you doing? Sheena425, how are you doing? How you doing, girl? How are you doing? Um, but Shoot, I just got distracted. Everything Pawn
Like
Express, everything Pawn Express except Twitter at ChasePawn64. Again, thank you to my lovely guest, Kai, and you can follow her on here. Um, how are you? I'm unwinding for work. Oh, we're pretty much at the tail end of this interview, but doing housekeeping. And of course, you can follow her. Check out her link tree for all of her socials. Um, 1 second, because I do have to give a shout out to my sponsor. 1 second, you're gonna see me real time. I'm gonna run to the back of this janitor closet of a room. See, look at you with these plushies, and I got this janitor closet. No, I'm kidding. I just don't.
while you're doing that, I'll tell them a little funny story about my
Oh,
plushies.
this
So,
will just take me a second. Oh, 1 second.
okay. Y'all, I make up my bed every single morning. I take my plushies off every morning and I put them, no, I take them off every night and I put them back on every morning exactly how they are every morning. Well, I miss like a morning, maybe a week, but I literally make up my bed with my plushies the exact same way every single day. Yeah.
All right, I'm back to show being an addict, but the streams of Pawn Express proudly sponsored by HumbleBundle.com. Exclamation mark humble for discounts on games, whether it be PC or Switch. But my other sponsor, for those who want energy and energizing drinks, Poggers Energy, exclamation mark Poggers. These are drink mixes. You just basically put a cup of water. Comes with these shakers, and you just like one scoop or one small scoop of each of these different flavors. They get you energized. It's very healthy. Lots of vitamin A through E. If you're looking to just skip out on the soda, you're gonna put down that Diet Coke. This is a good replacement to energize yourself or to relax, because there's relaxing drinks too, as well as hydration. So, thank you to Poggers for supporting the show, and thank you all for the support as well. And thank you, Kai, For those who just tuned in for the first time, this is one of the three main things about my channel is spotlighting black creators or playing games with them. I definitely do a lot of this as someone who advocates for diversity because you all matter, and I want to share as many stories of as many incredible people. The next one after this is tomorrow, actually after 7 p.m. So I will go ahead and reveal the rest of the week. So on Thursday, again after 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. EST, is KD484, who is a voice actress and also an artist, just like Kai, who was also at DreamCon. Actually, the rest of my guests were at DreamCon because then Saturday I have Mastermind Aggie, who definitely goes viral a lot with DreamCon. On Friday, we're doing Quake 2 with some of my friends. What I'm gonna do right now for you guys, what I'm gonna do right now for you guys, I am going to raid out this group. If you all just want to go out and support another creator, we're going to raid out to a group. I am actually going to switch to GTA RP and play G5M for a bit, so I will kind of end this and then start back up with GTA. So if anybody wants to tune in for that, they can. If you want to, head out for the night, that is fine too. I definitely appreciate every single one of you. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and I will let y'all decide for yourself as I go ahead and raid to. I am going to give this to. Let me see. Let me see who's on. I'm gonna give this to Hermione617 playing I think House Simulator. The House Flipper. House Flipper. So this is one of my old friends, a family-friendly streamer too. So perfect person to raid out to. And again, if y'all want to stick around, GTRP is right after this. But for everybody else, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, did you actually hold on before we raid out? Where could people follow you?
Oh, you can follow me on Twitch at Kaisirii, Kisirii. You can follow me on Twitter at Kaisirii, and you can follow me on TikTok at Kaisirii.
Okay. Now I have been sharing the link in chat, but just for the audio version, for audio purpose, just so we have that as well. Anyway, let's go ahead and say hi to Hermione617 once again. For those who are sticking around, GTRP is right after this. For those who want to head out, thank you for watching, and definitely give a warm love to Hermione as she's on the I don't know what the heck she's doing. Anyway, let's say hi to her. And then.
Thank you so much for the interview,
Of
Chase.
course. Hold on.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool.
Wait,
I
one
was about to
sec.
turn my camera off, but
Oh, of course.